a fighter. You become part of something bigger than yourself. Willing to put everything at risk. Your body, your pride, your name. With a slim chance to be remembered forever.
I guess that's a good time to mute it. You know,
on May 6th, Mexico's most celebrated boxers of the moment enter the ring to square off against one another. They'll be fighting to win, yes, but also to give themselves over once again to this singular, sacred, and everlasting tradition. Don't miss the live fight, Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Saturday, May 6th on HBO pay-per-view. Plus, 1 week earlier, April 20th.
Hey. Okay, well, first, let's start off like this. It's called Canelo versus Chavez, a fighting tradition. So, this is now the third half-hour docu-drama preview show that's been released for Canelo versus Chavez in the last, 2 weeks? The first was the HBO preview show. It's a half an hour long. It focuses on the press conference and, the press tour and basically both of the fighters. The second one was released earlier today. Right now it's April the 24th, 2017. 10:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was called Canelo versus Chavez, the Battle for Mexico. So basically, HBO produced a preview show. Golden Boy put out a preview show today. And now, tonight, you have HBO with what should be the #1 of all preview shows with the higher budget. Canelo versus Chavez, a fighting tradition. Now, basically, it's the same format or production as an HBO 24/7. But with an HBO 24/7, you look into the lives of both fighters during the build-up to the fight, and basically, it's supposed to be like an all-access, just like Showtime All Access, like look into the fighters' lives. And if there's normally 3 episodes, the last one will be during fight week. The one before would be that week prior, and then that first episode would be like how the fight came to be and the storyline and everything like this. So basically all this was just an initial first episode of HBO 24/7 because we really didn't find out anything that we didn't already know. Now, of course, we knew if you have HBO, and HBO with the high production value of their documentaries, and I'm not talking about just, this. HBO is known for, producing, Emmy-winning documentaries, but we knew with the title a fighting tradition and the way they were building it around, Mexican fighters, we knew that they were going to go into or we should have known that they were going to go into, the significance of Canelo versus Chavez in regards to Oscar De La Hoya versus Chavez Sr. all those years back. But I really would have liked them to get a little more deeper into it, but it is what it is. Overall, I'm going to give the show a 7 out of 10. See, I'm looking at it like this, right? For a person who don't know who Canelo or Chavez is, and if they were to watch this, would they get enough information out of that half an hour to say, oh, okay, I'm going to watch the fight? And was it entertaining enough for them to get that information to say, oh, I'm going to watch the fight? So that's what I'm looking at. Now, me having covered and watched almost every single, I've seen every single episode of HBO 24/7, Road 2, and all those specials that ever existed since HBO 24/7 ever came out. So me, obviously, you got to think I'm going to be a little more critical because I'm expecting them for them to step up the bar each time. And also, I have to factor in, why didn't they do in HBO 24/7? Was it because of budget, or was it because they really didn't want to look into the life of Chavez Jr. just in case you do some dumb shit, or really what was it? Because you would think for a fight of this magnitude, right, of these two Mexican stars, and they're both stars no matter how you slice it. Because look at it like this, right? Look at it like this. Let me get this fucking bright ass light on my face. Look at it like this. if Canelo loses to Chavez, that means fans are going to get on him about ducking Golovkin. They're going to say you should have never dropped your belt. They're going to say you always been a hype job. You lost to a glorified bum, you know, who shouldn't have made weight anyway. On Chavez's side, what if Chavez wins? He's going to erase all of that bad history of being, you know, not focused, of being a pothead, of being, you know, privileged, you know, of being like, you know, somebody who don't give a shit about nothing, you know, to being people saying he's a disgrace to his father. All that shit would be forgiven. Especially if, since Golden Boy's #1 fighter, Oscar De La Hoya, is Canelo, they're heavily reliant on him financially. And for Chavez Jr. to get that win for his pop, that's the story right there. You know? That's the story. They're already saying they're going to be the king of Mexico. You see how they got them running through full blast, you know, doing them fucking sprints in the Trump wall, in the Trump's digital wall, in the commercial and shit, you know? So like I said, man, you know, if you don't buy this fight, if you don't watch this fight, or if this fight doesn't do 1 million buys, then, you know, boxing is in some deep, deep trouble. But however, I wouldn't be surprised if the fight only did 800,000. Because remember, they said that Cotto versus Canelo was going to do like 2.1, 2.2 million, and that shit did 900K. You know? So it's so many scenarios that are reliant on Canelo to win, because a lot of people are relying on Chavez Jr. to lose because of weight. When I try to have, like, you know, nice, honest debates with, okay, well, what if Canelo power don't carry up? So what? Chavez ain't gonna make weight. What if Canelo is listed at 5'9", but he's really 5'7"? So what? Chavez ain't gonna make weight. Well, what if Chavez gets Canelo on the ropes and Canelo is only throwing 3-punch burst? Chavez is going to be weight drained. You know, people are not looking at the fact that, yo, what if Chavez Jr. what if Canelo's power does not carry up? You have Chavez, who's been fighting over 160-pound division, over the 154-pound limit for 9 years, right? He's been taking punches from bigger guys all the way up to light heavyweights, right? He didn't really get knocked out by Fonfara. He didn't get stopped by Fonfara. He quit because he couldn't bully Fonfara. He was laying some major body work on Fonfara, but he couldn't bully. What if Canelo, who doesn't have a high punch output, who doesn't use a jab, what if he's throwing those left hooks, and what if they're not doing anything? What if Chavez just keeps coming forward? That's what he does. Chavez keeps coming forward. Canelo's going to be in for a long night. Did you not notice that fucking Chavez is doing Taebo? He's hooping. He's doing Zumba. You know, he's making fitness tapes and shit. Did you notice you see nothing but him training? When have we ever seen him training like this for anything? He's been on weight. He's probably 165, 166, 167 right now. He was like 170 a couple of weeks ago. And they saying he drained. He's going to be drained. How can you be drained when you're walking around at your weight? This fight was in the works in November, right? They was thinking about it in October or so. They was talking about it for years. But it really came, it really came to be where it's like, okay, we're going to really try to make this fight in November. You know? Not to mention, Canelo's having some financial issues. You know, Canelo just lost, what, $9 million, $8.5 million? He's having some issues. So I can see why they chose this fight over Golovkin. So much is riding on this. What if Canelo loses? Billy Joe Saunders fight, they're not out the window, but, you know, Canelo can become, Chavez Jr. will become the A side for the rematch. Shit would be crazy. He'd be like, no, I'm not coming to fucking 164.5. That's what we need to find out, if there's a rematch clause. You know what? I can talk all day about this fight. I'm hyping shit. You know what I'm going to be doing tonight? First, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been so happy. Things are really, really going well for me and for the brand. You know, as you can see, we got our, you know, Cinco de Mayo Chavez Jr. colors. You know, I'm going to have my team, my partners, they've done enough with getting me this far. I'm going to get some Fight View 360 hats. I'm going to have some Tecate that night. I'm going to have some Mexican cuisine that night. And then after I get my post-fight video over, we're going to party. We're going to have a motherfucking fiesta. Fiesta, fiesta. Oh, no, that's from fucking R. Kelly. I don't want to say that. He pisses on people. Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. The show, you know, it wasn't bad, but I don't know. Maybe like I said, I don't know. I just expected a little bit more, man. So what we're going to do is whenever the show becomes available, I'm going to post it onto the website. I'm talking about the legal version onto the website for you to watch it yourself. It came on HBO. The other two specials are on the website. Go down below. The link is in the description box for you to watch the other two preview shows that I was talking about. And the third one came on today. And then next week on the 29th, after the Joshua versus Klitschko replay, you know, the tape delay, it's going to be HBO Face-Off Max Kellerman with Max Kellerman, Canelo versus Chavez. Looking forward to that. And then it's Fight Week. TstreeT Controversy, TstreeT Controversy Live.